This is how Roman emperors would used to travel, all right? If you needed to get somewhere, you would have to go take a carriage ride to, I don't know, a different country, which would have taken you months, and you might have died on the way there, all right? It was Oregon Trail everywhere you went, okay? If I want to go to Spain, guess what? I might die. If I needed, you know, take a trip up like half the country, up from like Rome to like, I don't know, was Florence even like a town in the Roman times? Let's, for the sake of the argument, let's say it was from Rome to Florence. I don't know, that's maybe like 100 kilometers, 200 kilometers. Hey, I might die. I might fucking die. A wolf might attack me. Barbarians might jump out of the woods, okay? My horses may die. And then what am I doing? I'm stuck in the middle of the woods, you know, dealing with wolves and or highway bandits. Highway bandits. To be fair, it was less common probably for Roman emperors to deal with highway bandits, but still, you can die on the way. And my God, there was emperors that got infections traveling places, and they died as a result of those infections. So that is one thing you don't have to deal with. What you have to deal with, though, is a nice, beautiful Honda Civic from 2003. Guess what? This baby right here clocks in way better mileage than any fucking Roman emperor chariot could ever do, dude. If you want to get to Spain without dying from Rome, you easily can with a Honda Civic. Hey, a Toyota Corolla, a fucking Nissan Maxima. I don't know if they have those in Italy. They might. You know, a Volkswagen Beetle could do this, dude. We have carriages of ourselves. You know how many horses this thing has? You know how many horses inside that little baby it has? Maybe 100, okay? Maybe 100 horses, but guess what? It is 50 times more than whatever is pictured here, all right? You have 50 times more horsepower in this Honda Civic than in this carriage. Get on my level, Roman emperors. Get on my level, dude. We now get cancel culture. Dude, you don't think Romans had cancel culture? Roman cancel culture was called the f***ing treason trials. And they would just kill you. Roman empires had the most cancel culture there ever was, dude. What are you talking about? Are you guys ready? We're gonna learn about how is better than a Roman emperor. Do you guys believe that? Do you guys believe that statement right there? That your life is better than a Roman emperor right now, or not? Let me get some thoughts in chat going. What are your guys' thoughts on being better than a Roman emperor? You believe so? The 16th? All right. I've mentioned this topic before to you guys that I kind of wanted to cover it. I've riffed about it before, but now I kind of want to cover it in depth. I did some research. I looked at some scholarly articles, would be a stretch. But my thoughts are your life is better than a Roman emperor, and here's the evidence, boys. But first, let's cover average citizens of Rome, guys. The average pleb, the plebeian. What you would be, most likely, if you grew up in circa, I don't know, 30 AD. Actually, 30 AD had a bunch of civil war, so maybe you wouldn't even grow up. We don't know. Life of average Romans. They left smaller towns to go live in big cities for a better life. Slaves performed almost all of the menial jobs, as well as many of the professionals such as teachers, doctors, surgeons, and architects. Most poor lived in apartments, overcrowded and under-maintained. Shit was dumped in the streets. Rich people lived on the first floors while the poor lived above. A man could sell his kids into slavery. Hey, I don't like Junior over there. He's acting up in class. I might make a couple schmeckles off him. Get a couple dinars going. I'll just sell him into fucking slavery. Food was awful, with not much choice. No classic Italian foods. Did you guys know pizza did not exist in the Roman times? Because, hey, think about this. Tomatoes are not native to Italy. Tomatoes came from America, guys. Did you guys really know that? Tomatoes are not native to Italy. Most Romans worked 6 hours a day. Wait, yeah, exactly. Did you guys hear that correct? 6 hours a day. How many hours do you guys work? How many hours do you guys work in a day? Tell me. The people who have full-time jobs, how many are you working? By the way, under Claudius, there was 159 days of vacation. What? Take me back, dude. You know, people always say back to the good old days, and they like referring to like the 50s. I don't know for what reason. Take me back to the good old days of the Roman times where I had 159 days of vacation. Marcus Aurelius thought it was too extreme, so he made it a minimum of 230 days of business. So, you know, he's a party pooper. He cut it down a little bit. He cut it down. And relaxation was a bath or a gym. That was the only form of relaxation you had. Also, maybe sex. That's also technically a form of relaxation a Roman had. But let's talk about what we, from the modern society, have that is better than that, okay? We leave smaller towns to go to big cities for a better life. Wage slaves perform all of the menial jobs, as well as many of the professionals, such as teachers, doctors, surgeons, and architects. Most people live in apartments, overcrowded and under-maintained. Shit is dumped online. Not in the streets this time, but it is dumped online. Poor people live on the first floors, while the rich live above. We got a little switcheroony here going on. And a man could technically sell his kids into slavery if he goes on the dark web. That is still very possible. In fact, it may be even easier now. Food is pretty good, though. Food is pretty good. I'm not gonna say that. Most 21st century folk work an 8-hour day. Instead of having 159 days of vacation, you're lucky if you get 2. And relaxation is also a bath. Also video games, weed, and alcohol. So there you go. Just to make this more clear, guys. Just to make this more clear. What do you think this is? A coral reef? Kinda. What do you think you would do with this coral reef, guys? The xylospongium is a sponge, which I'm assuming is from the ocean, or, you know, the Mediterranean Sea, which is then put on a stick, and then you use it to wipe your ass. Yes. You use this sponge on a stick in a public bathroom to wipe your ass. And then you see these things in the middle? Guys, you see these things in the middle? This is where you would put the used xylophone, the xylospongium thing. You put it in here, and then after you're done, the next person comes in, and guess what he wipes with? That's right, the very same xylospongium that you used 5 seconds ago. You know? Maybe, you know what? Maybe toilet paper is bad for the environment. But this is just bad. This is just bad, all right? Hey, if I have to poison the environment until the day I die, I would choose that over using this thing, dude. I'm gonna have to shove this thing up in my booty to clean it. And by the way, it's not clean. If it was clean, I could deal with it. I could maybe deal with it. But it's not clean. It's got some baba ganoush from somebody else, dude. It's got some gunk from the person before me. And now I am cleaning myself with somebody else's gunk. What? This is why, if this kind of scared you right here, if the lives of average Romans and the lives of 21st century folk was a little too similar for you, well, this is the upside you guys have, all right? You don't have to wipe your ass with a sponge on a stick that somebody else used 5 minutes beforehand. Hey, I think it's a pretty good deal. I think it's a pretty good deal, guys. All right, now we're actually gonna talk about the Roman emperors and why your life is better than a Roman emperor. It may not be better than an average Roman citizen, kinda, but it is probably better than a Roman emperor, okay? Roman emperors were uninformed, okay? This is apparently a map from the Roman Empire. By the way, I Googled this. Romans didn't really use maps, which I thought was kind of stupid. How do we not use maps? Did not even try it? So apparently this is like a thing from actually Roman times of a map. Apparently, I looked at like military tactics. They weren't really using maps even during the military campaigns. They were trusting guides. They would like hire like a villager from like a neighboring village who like kind of knows the area, and he's like, yeah, just lead me to them. Maps were not very common. Okay, we on the other hand are very informed. We have maps of everything, anytime, anywhere of the earth you're at, provided you have internet access. We do have porn option. We do have porn. And guess what? Internet gives you the ability to look at that. It gives you that. It also gives you the knowledge of Googling anything you want. Hey, what's the weather tomorrow? Oh, maybe, should I do a battle tomorrow with my arch nemesis in this open field that may flood if it rains? Oh shit, it's gonna thunderstorm tomorrow. Maybe I shouldn't. Could you imagine if Roman emperors had that? What you guys have, what we have as 21st century civilians? We have a power of God. We have satellites. We can look and see what people are doing on the other side of the world. Have you guys ever checked out Snap Stories? Snap Stories? You can see what people are doing in Baghdad right now, at this very moment. Or at least, you know, within 24 hours. That is nuts. This is how Roman emperors would used to travel, all right? If you needed to get somewhere, you would have to go take a carriage ride to, I don't know, a different country, which would have taken you months, and you might have died on the way there. All right, it was Oregon Trail everywhere you went. Okay, if I want to go to Spain, guess what? I might die. If I needed, you know, take a trip up like half the country, up from like Rome to like, I don't know, was Florence even like a town in the Roman times? Let's, for the sake of the argument, let's say it was from Rome to Florence. I don't know, that's maybe like 100 kilometers, 200 kilometers. Hey, I might die. I might fucking die. A wolf might attack me. Barbarians might jump out of the woods, okay? My horses may die. And then what am I doing? I'm stuck in the middle of the woods, you know, dealing with wolves and or highway bandits. Highway bandits. To be fair, it was less common probably for Roman emperors to deal with highway bandits, but still, you can die on the way. And my God, there was emperors that got infections traveling places, and they died as a result of those infections. So that is one thing you don't have to deal with. What you have to deal with, though, is a nice, beautiful Honda Civic from 2003. Guess what? This baby right here clocks in way better mileage than any fucking Roman emperor chariot could ever do, dude. If you want to get to Spain without dying from Rome, you easily can with a Honda Civic. Hey, a Toyota Corolla, a fucking Nissan Maxima. I don't know if they have those in Italy. They might. You know, a Volkswagen Beetle could do this, dude. We have carriages of ourselves. You know how many horses this thing has? You know how many horses inside that little baby it has? Maybe 100, okay? Maybe 100 horses, but guess what? It is 50 times more than whatever is pictured here, all right? You have 50 times more horsepower in this Honda Civic than in this carriage. Get on my level, Roman emperors. Get on my level, dude. We now get cancel culture. Dude, you don't think Romans had cancel culture? Roman cancel culture was called the treason trials. And they would just kill you. Roman empires had the most cancel culture there ever was, dude. What are you talking about? Food. This is I googled Roman food, and this is what came up. You got a couple of nuts here. You got grapes. Again, tomatoes are not native to Italy, so there was no like fancy sauces, yum 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 type of shit. Okay, you couldn't even have pico de gallo. Now we got chicks with dicks. Hey, what's the problem with that? We had apples and pears. Pears are gross. More nuts. Grapes. Hey, grapes are good. Eggs are good. I think this is cheese. It might be cheese. I don't know how good it tastes. I don't know what place it came from. I don't know how moldy it is. But hey, maybe that's the best you're gonna get because refrigeration does not exist and everything needs to be salted excessively to keep it fresh. And we got some, venison here? Maybe a dead cow or something. This looks all right. I'm sure if you cook it, it would be edible. I might enjoy some of this. Is this honey? I'm assuming this is a little bit of honey, like honeycomb. So we got a nice little dessert here. Very nice. But what do we have? We have all of this, baby. And this is not even covering everything. We have, boom, pasta and or lasagna. Dude, burger. Whatever this bowl of healthy, I'm assuming, stuff is. More healthy stuff. I'm assuming half of this is good. Is this a cooked mango? I don't know. I don't care. I can eat whenever I want, dude. Oh, racist. Yeah, James Corden, rip. we got salmon, we got steak, we got avocado. Avocado, dude. If I showed an avocado to a Roman, their head would blow up. If I showed a coffee bean to a Roman, if I showed him a Hershey's bar to a Roman, they would slit my throat for treason, dude. That's what would happen if I showed him a Hershey's bar, okay? The fact that we have access to all of this food makes us way better than Roman emperors. Dude, most Roman emperors had access to barely any food. They might have had a lot more access than a regular plebeian, but they did not have access, not showing Italian food. Hey, this kind of looks Italian. We don't know. It could be. Most Roman emperors didn't have access to, like, pepper, okay? Like, spices were really expensive back in those days. Spices were like a hot commodity, okay? Some spices were worth more than gold, guys. Imagine owning a McCormick, like, spice shaker and that being worth more than like a couple of Knox gold bars, you know? Dude, that is the supreme power that a regular citizen of the 21st century has over a Roman emperor. Not showing Native American food. Hey, aren't beans technically Native American? Aren't tomatoes Native American? Oh, come on, dude, get with my level here. Tortillas right here. That's Native American, I'm pretty sure. That's like a Mayanistic thing, right? I'm assuming so. Armies. Okay. Rokashy. Hey. There is no way in fucking hell, all right, are we better as a regular citizen than a Roman emperor. Roman emperors had armies, okay? They could do a lot with armies. They can control battles to their whim. Now, did it work out for them all the time? Most likely not. It did not. For a good amount of them, it did. For a good amount of them, it did. You know, that's why I got so thick. But guess what, guys? You do have access to an army. List of Germanic tribes. The Suebi, the Teutons, the Vandals. The Goths are not Germanic. Yeah, that's just a couple of them. But anyways, you guys also have access to armies by playing games like Rome Total War, okay? Hey, in Rome 2 Total War, you can be fucking Caesar. You can be Caesar. Dude, Nero, Caligula, all of these people wished they could be Caesar, my man. Okay, and in this game, guess what? You fucking can be Caesar, all right? Tribals defeated Roman army. They did at Teutoburg. Yeah, they did. They did. But yes, you have what most Roman emperors only craved of. You can build your own empire. Okay, Greek gods. We're not talking about Greek gods. This is about Rome. Get out of here, Ops. That Greek god shit. It's all about that Jupiter, actually. It's all about that Roman god. Zeus, nah. Give me Jupiter, okay? Only that Mars life, baby. You can have what Roman emperors couldn't. An army and an empire that you conquered yourself. And hey, maybe 24 hours you even did it. Caesar didn't even do that. He didn't even conquer the empire in 24 hours. Or he actually didn't even conquer an empire. He just kind of took over the government. He took over Gaul, you know, and then he, you know, he grabbed Rome by the pussy, one could say. To be fair, most people supported him, so I don't know. All right. More evidence of battles. Dude, what Roman emperor wouldn't love to be controlling this army? And guess what? You f***ing can. But they have real physical empire. We only have virtual empire. Hey, what do you think is f***ing better? Hey, at least you're not gonna get assassinated, Nick the 16th, with your virtual empire, okay? You can be playing at home, creating your whole empire, and guess what? You can go to bed sleeping soundly because you're not gonna get stabbed in the back from your, like, ex-brother or something who just wants your throne, okay? So this is way better than being an emperor in real life. Now, to be fair, if I ever run for emperor of the world, please just elect me so we don't have to go to these lengths, all right? Thank you. What do you guys think this is? Do you guys by any chance know what this is? A toilet. Opsman. Are you cheating? Are you cheating? This is, you're right, this is a toilet. This is Nero's Toilet, guys. This is Emperor Nero's Toilet. By the way, I was listening to a podcast, and apparently Nero wasn't that bad. Well, he was pretty bad, but he wasn't like the worst. Like Caligula was a lot worse. Like Caligula was way worse than Nero. Nero just prosecuted a lot of Christians, and because Christians rose to prominence after like 100 years or so, they really trashed Nero and like blamed him for like everything. Nero just prosecuted Christians pretty bad, but he was actually like not that mean to most Romans. In fact, most of the plebs actually like Nero, you know. But yeah, just side fact. Anyways, this is Nero's Toilet. What the dude? What the Where do I sit? Does the emperor himself need to squat? What? Does he move it? Does he just move one of his like cheeks just like to the very edge here just to squeeze one off? Are you serious? This is what the boy, the emperor, needs to do to relieve himself? Could you imagine if you got the flu or something and you're shitting your brains out and you gotta sit on this thing? This is what you gotta sit on? Now, I may be wrong. There may be actually like a wooden thing that would have sat here earlier that he would have needed to sit on. But for the purposes of my joke, okay? For the purposes of my joke, Emperor Nero had to squat to take a shit. And if he had the flu, it is game over. He's spending the rest of the night there crying. You know, you know what? Come and assassinate me at that point. Come and assassinate me. I don't wanna deal with that, please. Just finish me off. But guess what we guys have? We have a fucking throne, dude. We have a throne, a beautiful ceramic or porcelain if you're really fancy throne, dude. You can sit in peace with the world's knowledge in your hand and keep scrolling and scrolling and learning while you squeeze your log off, dude. You can be there for hours until your legs go numb, and legs go numb for the good reason, not for this reason when you've been squatting and now you have knee problems, but because of you've been sitting and accumulating knowledge and or memes, okay? This is true royalty. We also have dying coral reefs. Yes, but at least we're not shoving those coral reefs up our ass like Nero had to do. I'm assuming maybe the emperors didn't use the coral sponge to wipe themselves. They might have had like a servant use like a rag or something. I don't know. I didn't do that much research when it came to wiping the asses of Roman emperors. But we knew the common pleb used sponges to wipe their ass and then reuse them, okay? We are true gods among Roman emperors, okay? But speaking about Nero, just want to touch up a little bit of a point, right? Nero, we know about him. Yeah, not the best guy. Prosecuted Christians. Again, fun fact that I gave you, not the worst emperor. He's just pretty bad one. Pretty bad one. His bad deeds got overblown. That's what I'm saying. I'm not like, oh, he's actually a pretty good guy. You know, no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say that. But I wanna cover this thing while I was doing research on him, okay? On some emperors. Roman emperors were very, very into orgies and into sex, just sex. You know, who's not into sex, all right? And you may say, hey, Rokashy, how can I compete with Nero? How can I compete with Caligula? How can I compete with, I'm assuming Trajan, I don't know if he was a feisty guy, with their level of orgies and the loving that they made, okay? Anybody they wanted, they could just bring over and be like, hey, baby, I'm the Roman emperor. You wanna fuck? Actually, not even wanna. I'm just gonna take you two with me, you know? No one's gonna prosecute me, okay? Rokashy, I don't have that power. I wish I could have unlimited amounts of women under my command, you know? That sounded weird. Don't copy that. I wish I had the exposure to a lot of women and or men under my command. Again, doesn't sound the best, but you know what I mean. You wish you had access, but guess what? You do. Pornhub being one of them. And guess what? That's not realistic, Rokashy. That's not real. Nero had it real. They were real people. Well, guess what? This is why you get an Oculus Quest 2. Not sponsored, sadly. Maybe get with me, Facebook. I doubt if this segment is helping you. It may, because this device, the Oculus Quest 2, gives you the power that every Roman emperor had. A woman and or a man and an orgy at your fingertips in front of your face, and anytime, any day you want, okay? Do you think this is more power than Nero had? Way more power. Significantly more. Nero had to wait. Oh, can you please get somebody over here? I'm kind of horny. Guess what? With an Oculus Quest, if your internet connection is good, you don't have to wait. You know, maybe 5 seconds, maybe a minute at the max, you know, before you get to the good stuff. This is why you are better than a Roman emperor. This is a fun fact about Nero right here. I'm gonna end it with this. I've got a video here for you. We're gonna skip to minute 40.
As we have previously discussed.
Minute 40. This is talking about sexual habits of Roman emperors.
Also.
Okay, so previously they were talking about how Nero got it on with his mom, possibly. We're not gonna address that because I don't know if that's no, we're not gonna cover that. We're not gonna cover that. Okay, we're just not gonna cover that. But what we are gonna cover is this, and why you as a person are way better than Nero, at least, or I'm assuming most Roman emperors.
Oh, Nero would eventually try to have his mother killed. Just throwing that out there.
All right, listen to this one. Listen to this one.
One more on this weirdo. Nero also apparently had a thing for pretending to be an animal, taken to the extreme. He came up with a game where he would actually be locked in a cage, where he would cover himself in animal skins.
Covers himself with
People,
fur.
it is unknown if they were willing participants or slaves, were then tied to stakes in front of the cage. Nero would then be set loose, and he would attack both the men and the women in the most inappropriate ways he could think of. Loose.
Did you guys get that? Did you guys get that?
Cage, where he would cover himself in animal skins.
He would cover himself with animal skins. All right, guys. Nero would cover himself with animal skins, pretend to be an animal, and then sexually assault people, okay? Or, you know, just be sexual with people. You know what Nero is? Do you know what Nero is?
People.
He's a furry dude. Nero is a furry, okay? This is how you know you're 100% better than Nero at the very least, okay? You at least are not a furry, okay? This is how we're 100% better than Roman emperors, and how you are way much more of a better person. And if you are a furry, I'm sorry for your loss. I hope you get help.